What if we told you The Devil Wears Prada is coming back, and Emily Blunt says it feels overwhelming in a good way? Yes, after nearly 2 decades, the fashion world's most iconic chaos is about to strut back onto the big screen. And this time, Emily Charlton isn't fetching coffee, she's coming for the throne. In a new interview with Variety, Emily Blunt opened up about what it's like stepping back into the shoes, or rather, the deranged old slippers, of her beloved, hilariously savage character. She says filming the sequel has been nothing short of surreal. The attention, the secrecy, the nostalgia, it's all hitting differently this time. It's overwhelming, she admitted, but in a good way. I've never experienced a movie being shot with this much attention. And if you thought the Devil Wears Prada fandom had calmed down since 2006, think again. Fans are everywhere. Emily says the production team is going above and beyond to keep everything under wraps, literally. We're trying to keep the mystique, she laughed, revealing that the cast sometimes has to change in bathrooms just to avoid being photographed in costume. That's how intense the fan excitement has become. Everywhere they go, people are watching, snapping, and speculating about what Miranda Priestly might be plotting this time. And honestly, can you blame them? Seeing Emily, Meryl Streep, Anne Hathaway, and Stanley Tucci reunited again is enough to send the internet into meltdown. The film began shooting around New York back in June, and every leaked glimpse, every blurry behind-the-scenes photo, has only fueled more hype. It's a nostalgia trip with a modern twist, and fans are desperate to know who's in charge now. Emily even teased that stepping into her character again felt oddly natural. Playing Emily again feels like slipping into a deranged pair of old slippers, she said. She's insane, and I love her. The sequel's plot sounds like the perfect mix of drama, fashion, and power. According to IMDb, the story follows Miranda Priestly facing off against her former assistant, Emily Charlton, who has now risen to become her rival executive. The two are set to clash as they battle for advertising dominance in a crumbling print media world, all while Miranda nears retirement. Talk about poetic tension, the student becoming the competitor. It's an idea that fans have waited nearly 2 decades to see play out, and it feels incredibly timely. The fashion industry has changed, the media landscape has evolved, and the world that once worshipped glossy magazine covers now bows to influencers and digital clicks. Watching Miranda and Emily fight to stay relevant in this new age might just be the most relatable story Hollywood could tell in 2026. Emily admitted the energy on set feels electric. It's like lightning in a bottle, she said. Everyone knows how special this reunion is. Emily also gave fans a behind-the-scenes glimpse of what filming has been like, and it's pure chaos in the best way. She joked that the cast is trying so hard to keep everything secret that they're literally changing in bathrooms to avoid revealing their new looks. There are fans everywhere, she laughed. It's like being part of a spy operation just to shoot a scene. But behind the humor, there's real gratitude in her voice. Emily said returning to this character feels like revisiting an old friend, or maybe an old nemesis. Playing Emily again feels like slipping into a deranged pair of old slippers, she joked. She's insane, and I love her. That line alone has already become a fan favorite quote. And while filming has been full of energy, it's also emotional. Blunt says being back alongside Meryl Streep, Anne Hathaway, and Stanley Tucci feels like a full-circle moment, a rare Hollywood reunion that truly matters. Production for The Devil Wears Prada sequel officially kicked off in June, and it's been a spectacle in itself. The streets of New York City have transformed once again into the glamorous and chaotic world of Runway magazine. Fans have been flooding filming locations, snapping photos of the cast whenever they can catch a glimpse. It's like 2006 all over again, but bigger, louder, and even more stylish. Emily Blunt, Meryl Streep, Anne Hathaway, and Stanley Tucci have all been spotted shooting together, a lineup that feels like pure cinematic royalty. Seeing Miranda Priestly and her former assistants back in action has stirred waves of nostalgia online. According to IMDb, the sequel's plot centers on Miranda Priestly facing off against her former assistant, Emily Charlton, who's now a rival executive. The story dives deep into the cutthroat world of fashion media, this time with both women fighting to stay relevant as print declines and digital dominance rises. The upcoming film promises more than just fierce fashion and razor-sharp one-liners. It's shaping up to be a story about power, evolution, and legacy. Miranda Priestly, now nearing retirement, finds herself confronting not just the changing media landscape, but her own mortality in an industry that worships the new. Meanwhile, Emily Charlton, once the frazzled assistant, desperate for approval, has grown into a commanding, confident executive. And perhaps Miranda's greatest rival yet. Fans are already buzzing about the tension between these two strong women. Will Emily finally surpass her mentor? Or will Miranda prove that she's still the queen of couture? And where does Andrea Sachs fit into all this? Anne Hathaway's return suggests that Andy might now stand somewhere between her two former bosses, caught between empathy and ambition. The movie is set to release on May 1st, 2026. And anticipation couldn't be higher for Emily Blunt. Returning to this world isn't just nostalgia, it's a full-circle moment. Nearly 20 years ago, she was a rising actress, nervous but hungry, playing the role that would catapult her to global fame. Now, she's an Oscar nominee, a leading lady in Hollywood, and stepping back into the chaos of Runway magazine feels both thrilling and surreal. She's spoken about how different it feels to play Emily now. Back then, she was desperate to please, constantly anxious about doing everything right, much like her character. But today, she's bringing wisdom, confidence, and humor to the role, turning Emily Charlton into something deeper than comic relief. This time, her character has her own empire, her own voice, and a lifetime of lessons to go with it. It's a rare kind of magic when actors get to revisit characters that changed their lives. And for Blunt, it's clearly personal. As production continues across New York, fans are flooding filming locations just to catch a glimpse of their favorite stars together again. Social media is buzzing with behind-the-scenes clips. Meryl's sharp gaze as Miranda, Anne's warm smile as Andrea, and Emily strutting through the streets like she never left. The energy is electric, almost as if the fashion world itself has come alive again. For Emily Blunt, this sequel is more than a comeback. It's a celebration of growth, resilience, and creative evolution. It's overwhelming, in a good way, she said, and fans couldn't agree more. The excitement, the nostalgia, and the humor all blend into something extraordinary. As the countdown to May 1st, 2026 begins, one thing is certain: The Devil Wears Prada is about to redefine itself for a new generation. And this time, Emily Charlton is not just assisting, she's competing, commanding, and absolutely owning the runway once again.